Welcome to our Holy Week devotionals on this Friday as we encounter the culmination of the crucifixion story. Today we join the story in Luke as Jesus makes his way and is then hung from the cross. Two other men, both criminals, were led out with him to be executed. And when they came to a place that they called the Skull, they crucified him there along with the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. And Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." There was a written notice above him, which read, "This is the King of the Jews." And one of the criminals who hung there with him hurled insults at him, saying, "Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself, save us." But the other criminal rebuked him, saying, "Don't you fear God, since you are under the same sentence? We are being punished justly. We're getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong." And he said to Jesus, "Remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus answered him, "I tell you the truth, today you will be with me in paradise." These aren't the last words spoken by Jesus, but they may be the most gracious. The first spoken over the crowd, the very people who cheer for Jesus' death, saying, "Forgive them." They don't know. They don't understand what is happening. They don't know what they're doing. And Jesus speaks over these angry mobs of people a word of grace. And then to a particular man, a man guilty of the very thing Jesus is charged with, but is innocent. A man who repents, who confesses, and speaking to him person to person, Jesus again pronounces grace and hope and promise. Today, you will be with me in paradise. As we finish this Holy Week and as we turn our eyes to Easter, we give thanks for these words of grace, spoken over all of us and spoken to each of us. A word of forgiveness, a word of promise, a word of newness and hope. And if we hear those words, then we are finally prepared to celebrate the empty tomb of Easter. As we now move into music, reflect and pray over what it is that Jesus claims in your life with his grace, and how it sets you free to become a new person in his name.
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the tree? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb?